Frenzy family, good night everyone. Welcome to another Sports Frenzy podcast. I'm your host, Levon, as always. With me tonight I have Kims once again, and I also have Shakes. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
Good, good.
Good, you know.
Sounds just about good. So last night we broke down the top four of the EPL based on how we thought that it would actually go this season. Some of us were on the same track while some was off. A couple of guys predicted United would have won. Some said Chelsea. Well, I think two guys said Chelsea and the other two said Man City. Now, with that out of the way, we're not going to look at teams that we actually think that can challenge those teams for the top four. Teams that can actually kick out those teams out of the top four. Um, First up, I'm going to start with you, Shakes. When I look at the signings that some of these clubs have made, which of the you could probably say teams that are not perennially top four has made the better acquisitions.
All right. So thus far, I would say I'm impressed by what Aston Villa has done. Right. However, I don't see them breaking into the top four. So their signings can get them possibly to finish about seventh highest. Seventh highest. Right. I believe that eighth place would actually be an excellent place for them, given where they're coming from, right? Eighth place would be good enough. For me, though, in terms you ask about top four, the only team that I can honestly say can break the top four is actually Leicester City. That's the only team that I see having the talent, actually having a decent coach that can actually break into the top four. Outside of that, I don't see any other team. Not Tottenham, not Arsenal, not Wolverhampton, not Leeds. Leeds they performed well last year. Yeah, not Leeds. So only Leicester for me.
All right, and just like how you brought up Leicester, let's point out that they have brought in Bobakar Samari, who is a quality midfielder, played at Lille, now he's at Leicester. And they also brought in a very good striker in Patson Daka. He's a young emerging talent, and that will probably just rest some of the burden, take some of the burden off Jamie Vardy shoulders, even though Jamie Vardy hasn't performed up to par since last season. He has popped up with a goal here and there, but as we all saw, even in the Community Shield, the main man for Leicester right now in terms of producing the
Literally.
goals is one Kelechi Iheanacho, and they somewhat have a camaraderie because I've been watching them throughout preseason and they have looked good playing together so far. And I mean, if Leicester really want to go on further, they will actually have to just step it up a bit because I even saw news recently that James Madison is highly likely to leave and
Crazy.
leaving for Arsenal. And it said that
Crazy.
he does move, Jesse Lingard will actually be the one that they'll actually sign as his replacement. And also, they have brought in Ryan Bertrand. Based on those signing shakes, they think that it's some signings that have improved them somewhat, or it's just some signings that will have them finishing exactly where they finished last season.
All right. So first and foremost, about Madison, it would be crazy for Madison to leave a team that is actually challenging for the top four to go to a mid-table team, right? That would be crazy. If people want to harp on former glory, then clearly you'd be living in the past, right? Because guess what? Even if people want to say that Arsenal they have won several FA Cups in the past, say 7 years, Leicester they're the defending FA Cup champions. So you actually won a trophy last year, right? The same trophy that Arsenal
Gloat
really and
about.
truly only competes for, right? So I wouldn't say why get up and leave. Even if you want to look at the Europa League, come on. For me, Leicester still has the better team. So if there's a team to advance in the Europa League, if their coach is sensible and they actually play well, then that would be Leicester. So I don't see why it would be a smart move from him to move to Arsenal right now. I believe that if he's gonna move somewhere, listen, you must be aiming for Chelsea, Manchester United, Man City, or Liverpool. And if I were James Madison, I would literally hold out for possibly going to Liverpool, because there may come a time where, okay, you know what, they actually need a midfielder, right? But that's on the Madison issue. Apart going along the other lines
All right,
now,
Shakes, hold on a second, Shakes. Before we move on to the rest of players, I want to ask you one more question about Madison. It is said that he really wants to play as a number 8. Do you see him as that type of player? Do you see more, let's say, he produce more quality as a number 10? Which one do you see more as?
I prefer him as a number 10.
Okay.
He has the quality, he has the vision, right? He has the speed. He can actually dribble. Yes. So I would play him as a number 10.
But is a player himself that says that he wants to play as a number 8, says he sees himself more as a number 8 than as a number 10.
Yeah, but moving position, you're going to have more defensive responsibilities. Is that what you really want?
That's what they said.
Yeah, that's very strange, because that's more work for him at the end of the day. The only way I would say, all right, get up and play in that position is if at the end of the day they're signing a new number 10,
In
right?
which, in which, as I just said, just Lingard is the only one that actually targeting, and it's only if he leaves.
Yeah, right. So to me that don't make any sense. I think he's fine where he is. Even how the team plays, playing to their strengths. You mentioned Iheanacho just a while ago. They actually play. They actually play to their forward strength, right? So they just have to continue that for next season or for the upcoming season.
Okay. I'm going to move to Kems now. Kems, do you think that Leicester has the quality, has the coach, and they have something good going on over there to actually break into this top 4? Because just so I to remind that to our viewers, give us your top 4 again.
Well, I was just about to say I actually had listed up. I had United winning, I had Man City, Chelsea, Leicester fourth. You know, um, and again, for the last 2 seasons, Leicester has been right there. Right there, right the verge of making the top 4, but due to you can say choking, you can put a bunch of factors why they didn't actually make the top 4. But I believe they'll actually get over the hump this time and make the top 4. In relation to your first question, when you said who I think could break into the top 4, that's where I would have Liverpool, because you said yesterday, we're talking about what's happening right now. So I
Yeah.
have both Liverpool and Tottenham having a chance to make it into the top 4, because Harry Kane is still a Tottenham player.
Yeah,
And
and hold on there, Kims, and Levon, you should actually give that disclaimer for those who didn't tune in yesterday,
Yeah, man.
so
So
that,
we're talking
so that
about
they
the
know.
top. All right. So our top 4 prediction is based on today, currently. We're not talking about moves that might happen down the line. We're talking about what happened already.
yes,
So it's subjected to change at the end of the window. So guys, don't come at us. All right, continue.
yeah,
Continue,
yeah.
James.
So where that is concerned, I actually have Liverpool and Tottenham. Those teams being able to can come in and sneak in, in the top 4, if those top 4 teams, become complete, probably get a significant injury here or there, miss a key player, some turmoil in the locker room, all of those things can, if one of those things or multiple of those things happen, then I believe either Liverpool or Tottenham, could sneak themselves into the top 4.
Okay. On that basis, I'm just going to ask Sherwin was joining the show right now. Sherwin, give us your top 4, because you know that you're one of our regular analysts, so never got your pick yesterday, so we need your pick right now.
Um, Chelsea, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United.
And I'm going to stick with you on that one. Why is it that you're not giving your team? And let's point out to our viewers that this man's an Arsenal supporter. Why isn't Arsenal in the equation? Knowing that you guys aren't in Europe and you have made just a few decent acquisitions, but I mean, why are you ruling out you guys completely out of the top 4?
Listen,
Sherwin?
Arsenal is. Yeah, me here, man. You hearing me?
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
hearing me? Okay, sorry. Arsenal is not in the position to even consider finishing it in the top four. It's two back-to-back seasons that Arsenal have. I have not seen any.
Sure, and your connection seeming to going in and out. So start that out and return, boss. Um, let me go back
Yeah,
to
poor.
Shakes now. Now with Hurricane still at Tottenham, right? And they have brought in Christian Romero. They have brought in Brian Gill from Sevilla, and they have also signed one Pierluigi Golini from Atalanta as well as a backup to Hugo Lloris, even though I think Hugo Lloris is way past his best. And if I was the Tottenham coach, Golini would actually get those gloves. Now, with that being said, and based on what they are doing, do you think that it's a team that is somewhat building back together, or you think that Nuno was just a wrong choice of coach and it won't actually make any improvements to them?
All right. So basically, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the appointment as for Nuno as coach. Um, it's kind of difficult. I don't know. I think Tottenham they kind of need a spark, right? And I just don't see that. Because sometimes, when you need injection of life into something, for me, I don't see Nuno as that type of manager on the sideline that is going to give Tottenham that spark. Tottenham, listen, I'm not even going to go into winning the league, right? Tottenham, they're just hunting a trophy, right? That's what they're doing. And for me, I don't see Nuno doing that for Tottenham, right? So I don't agree with the appointment. Ask me who? Boy, coach is very limited out there. So I can as somebody just said, Nuno was Tottenham's last choice. There you go. That's the whole point I was trying to make. That there are so few coaches out there that listen, they just had to go for him because guess what? He actually left his job at Wolves. So you know what? They just basically just snapped him up because he was there. You never had to pay off anybody, right? You were able to just sign him, right? So yeah, that was that as it pertains to Nuno.
But
As it
all right,
pertains to the squad now, yeah, go
all right,
on.
Shakes, one thing that I wanted to point out, they said that Nuno would have probably been their last choice, right? But there's one particular coach, Hedy Howe, is still out of a job. Scott Parker, who was at Fulham before they got relegated, he was also in the market. So you're saying that he was last choice. I don't agree with that because those two coaches for me are better coaches than Nuno because Nuno is like Nuno for me is a poor man Mourinho. That's what I see Nuno as. So if you look at those two coaches, wouldn't you say that they would have been better choices for
Listen,
what Tottenham actually looking for?
Andre Villas-Boas used to be a poor man's Jose Mourinho at one point. And I would say Nuno is probably the poorer version of Andre Villas-Boas, right? I'm not impressed by any of them. Sorry. Um, I believe that he did decent. He did decent with Wolves, but a lot of that had to do with how well Jimenez was playing, how well Traore was playing for part of not last season, the previous season, and even when Jota was there, right? They had a solid defensive unit also, right? But at the end of the day, going back to the Tottenham team now, for me, Tottenham, listen, I would call the Tottenham team presently a very plain team. Plain. You just pick up a white paper and it plain. That is what Tottenham is. You really don't know which direction they are heading. And that's me being very honest. I don't know where Tottenham is heading. They're just there, right? If they come 6-11, you will say, guess what? That's a good season for them under Nuno, right? But guess what? If they finish 8, you're like, oh well, guess what? Nuno is manager. The team was clearly in disarray. So we're not surprised that they finished 8. right? So them really playing. Honestly, I'm just being honest. They are playing. So for me, I do have them trying to break. Kems have them trying to break into the top four. Not me. I have Tottenham finishing. Actually, believe West Ham. I know we're not talking about West Ham, but I literally have West Ham finishing ahead of Tottenham. So for me,
If Hurricane stays,
yes, man. Even if Hurricane stays,
oh sir, sir shakes, man.
listen, Kems,
Yes,
one man,
sir.
one man on a plain paper is just a dot or a line. That is it. Him can't fill out the paper, right?
Yes, sir.
Can't fill out. And when you look on last season, it was Son and Kane, Kane and Son. That was it.
All right.
Honestly, the team was so ordinary.
All right, make we draw some parallel right now because I believe when I can say Nuno is a poor man's Mourinho, but I believe will not be unfair to Nuno, right? Let us talk about his last seasons at Wolves at his position, right? Seventh, seventh, and then what we have right here, so 13th, right? So 7th, 7th, 13th. So would you say that that Wolves team was better than this Spurs team?
No.
Okay, no. So I believe that if Hurricane stays, along with Son, along with Romero, along with those new acquisitions, I believe we have to give the man a chance. We can say it's a poor man's Mourinho, but remember, Mourinho can coach, but the thing that a lot of persons have a problem with Mourinho is the way how him throwing players under the bus. I don't think Nuno is going to be one of them coaches who going to come and throwing players under the bus. And I think the man can coach the game of football. So I think we're jumping the gun too much. Yes, he might have been Spurs' last choice, but look at the coaches that Spurs are targeting. They're all better than Nuno, I would say. If we look at all of them, they were all better than him. So of course he should be in where exactly them get Nuno. That's exactly where he should be. But I still believe that we should give him a chance, give him an opportunity to show himself. Clearly, that Wolves team wasn't no Jota,
No
Jimenez
Jimenez.
injured. Come on, man. We have to
I agree with Kems.
But Kems, we're not.
Thinking about it, and I agree with Kems.
We have to give him a
But
chance.
we
man.
weren't killing him for last season, Kems. That's why I didn't even include last season. But as I said, is Nuno Espirito Santo going to bring the sort of life that Tottenham needs to that club? That's what I'm arguing. What do you say, Ryan, about that?
Let me put it this way. Tottenham, ideally, as they are right now, are a team fighting for a place in the top 6. Can they break into? Do they have a chance of making the top 4? I would not say they don't, especially if they keep Kane.
Exactly.
And another thing, what if Ali comes back good? What if Ndombele comes good? What if Romero solidifies their backline? So no, we need. Hold on, no, let me just finish this. You need 2 or 3 other players in the squad to step up. So if that does happen, and plus Nuno has proven that he is a good coach in the sense of what he did with Wolves since he came back in the league. So it is not far-fetched. It is not far-fetched for me.
All right, so Ryan, I heard you made mention of Ndombele. One thing, Nuno doesn't rent Ndombele, and Ndombele hasn't started any of the preseason games. It said that Nuno wants to ship out Ndombele. So there you have it. He's out. Dele Alli has come back and he has looked, you could say he looks decent. Yeah, but
no, but my thing, hold on the level before you continue. Right? My thing is, why are we writing off a coach without giving the man an opportunity to prove himself? Like the man have no chance, and before
no Kems, hold on, you're getting it wrong. Getting it wrong. Probably we are not saying that we are not giving Nuno a chance at Tottenham.
Okay.
We are not saying that he can't finish in the top 6. Okay. But the spark that Tottenham would need, because remember, Tottenham's ultimate aim, Kems, even if they don't win the league, is to win a trophy. This is what I said. I don't believe that Nuno with Tottenham can win a trophy.
Trust.
Yeah, true. That is what I said.
The
That's
thing
what
is,
I said.
yeah,
If
okay, but
he
Yeah,
does
that's what I
otherwise,
said.
if he does otherwise, I'll apologize to him.
all right. So that's fair enough.
But it's
All right,
not that I
Sherwin,
don't. It's not that I don't rate him overall.
Okay, all right.
All right, so Sherwin, I know that you're not a huge fan of Tottenham because you know that is your London rival and all of that. But you think that Nuno can actually get them into the top 6?
Listen, all me hear Kemza do is just cry, 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 and I try to go on team. Poor. Madness. Absolutely madness. If this is the argument where me I go come with tonight. If you are gonna give Tottenham a chance to make top 4, you might as well give Arsenal a chance to
No,
make top 4 too.
No, you must be
no,
All right,
crazy.
all
You
right.
must
no,
be
Listen,
crazy.
absolutely not.
No. Listen. Tottenham finished 1 point ahead of Arsenal last season. 1 point ahead of Arsenal. Zin,
And they had a very bad season.
listen,
Who
both
that? Who Ryan?
Tottenham.
then
No,
Arsenal have a bad season too.
Arsenal had a horrible season.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, but Shakes was the one who came on here and said, "Oh, Arsenal form in January to May was top 4."
Yeah,
Who?
but it was.
Okay,
That's not a lie.
but then, no, you're telling me they had a bad season.
Who?
But it
Shakes?
was.
Not Shakes,
Listen,
sorry.
listen.
CM Bones here, sir.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but that's the truth. It was the truth. Arsenal had the 3rd lowest goals conceded in the Premier League last season. You understand? So if you are gonna give Tottenham a chance for top 4, you are gonna give Arsenal a chance too. And giving Arsenal a chance is rubbish. So a rubbish for Tottenham too. Tottenham will not finish in the top 4, not even close.
So,
Not
so
Well,
let me
very
ask.
good.
So, Sherwin, let me ask you a question. Is Tottenham finishing above Arsenal this season?
current situation,
Yes.
we're talking about current situation,
Yeah,
right?
man, right now, right
Present
now.
day.
Yes, they are finishing up ahead of Arsenal.
And that's fair assessment.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
without Kane, right?
No, that we say current situation.
Current.
Oh,
Correct,
correct,
Kane,
correct, correct.
yes, so
Yeah, okay,
Kane is
okay.
still at Tottenham.
All right.
I think
Yeah.
everybody will agree with that one, Sherwin.
Sherwin,
Yeah, but
you remember this, Sherwin?
Hmm?
You remember this?
listen, okay. No, me
He
no
was
remember.
drinking salt and rum, guys.
But carry on, Sherwin.
Yeah,
Because I was
but
asking about your team.
all right, back to before the connection did get interrupted about Arsenal now. I don't think the key to Arsenal having a good season and trying to finish in top 4 is Aubameyang. How
Hold on.
well?
No.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Top 4 or top 6?
Top 4. If we are talking about top 4, me I go
Who
tell me I go give you.
Arsenal top 4 in the same
No,
sentence?
listen, no man.
Guys, leave the man, let the man go with his
Oh, you're not-
argument now.
Jesus have mercy. When I talk
Come
about
on,
top
Sherwin.
4,
Go ahead, Sherwin.
so obviously me I go say what me think Arsenal need to do. For
No,
make it
tonight
to
was
top 4.
actually a 5th down. Last night was actually top 4.
Yeah, man, but tonight is who can actually break that top 4.
All right. And now I'm going to tell you guys what I think Arsenal need to do to break into that top 4. Aubameyang has to go back to his 20 goal a season type of thing. That has to happen for them to have a chance. If that doesn't happen, Arsenal does not have a chance to make it into top 4. I am utterly disappointed with what has gone on with Arsenal in the transfer market so far. See, all we have been doing is having more links than bicycle chain, like we are running a bicycle shop somewhere over Northland that close to the Tottenham Stadium. One of the
Where you
something
say
like
they're doing the triathlon.
yeah, right. So right now, so when you look on the Arsenal team right now, Arsenal have the first match of the new Premier League season Friday, sorry, and 98% of who are going to play, 98% of who are going to play Friday, they were a part of the squad last season, and you carry down to 96% were a part of the squad the season before. So there isn't any real change at Arsenal for anybody to write home about to say, yes, this team is going somewhere. Yeah, it's going somewhere. It's going back way.
No, but Bones, we have to. I think I said it on a program some time ago that Arsenal actually has done some positive things in terms of with the young players, Smith Rowe taking a chance with them, and some of the other young players bringing in the young Belgian guy. So they haven't done everything wrong. They have done a few things right.
But you
But
know, Ryan,
it's just to see if these young players can really step up and how good they can be.
Ryan, they had no choice.
Yeah, I'm just saying they haven't done everything wrong. They have done a few things correct.
And
Yeah, but you know, I wouldn't really give them credit for that, you know, Ryan, because guess what? At the end of the day, you buy some players, you expect more of them. They are doing absolutely nothing. Therefore, if you try some other players, them can't do worse than nothing, you know.
No, but I mean, they could have also decided, oh, we're throw some more money at some bigger names again. We have seen teams do that before, but at least they decided that okay, we are going to take a chance. We are going to take a chance on some youngsters.
Listen, Ryan,
I am going to commend them for that part.
All right, Ryan, what Arsenal did with Smith Rowe, they didn't have a choice. You could not have given Aston Villa, who came in aggressively for the guy, the opportunity to sign him. They did that, not with this season that he had last season. You did not have a choice. They did not have a choice.
I'm still going to say commendable on their part for that.
Yeah, but all right, let's talk about you realize Arsenal not even getting rid of the players that are there now. They can't get rid of them.
They can't. But sure, Wayne, many of the teams around Europe, even if they wanted to try to get rid of players who they deem surplus to requirements, they can't remove them, because guess what? The pandemic has hit everybody. So even if you lower the transfer, you can't pay the man them wages. So you're stuck. So you just have to give the young players a chance, especially because they're on smaller contracts too.
Yeah, and also, as I said, Arsenal is not in Europe, so that could possibly be a plus for them. But if they don't get their transfer out together, then it will be another 8th place finish for them again, or probably even lower. But
preferably.
As we were talking about, and last night Sheikh started off it, but I'm going to carry on with it. In terms of Aston Villa, yes, they have lost Jack Grealish. However, they have brought in adequate replacement in terms of Emiliano Buendia, who was the championship player of the season last year, and he's a guy that can create a lot, and he also scores goals as well. They have also gone out and signed a man who basically cemented his place in Bundesliga as one of the best wingers in Leon Bailey, and they have also brought in a man who is basically guaranteed goals in Danny Ings. So,
and guaranteed
well, yeah. But on that basis, do you think that they're actually a team that we can probably look forward to seeing come close to the top 4 like West Ham did last season?
I wouldn't necessarily say top 4, but I'll give them a shot at being a top 6 contender. Aston Villa still has flaws in they are, I don't want to say top heavy, but their attack right now is their strength. They need a better base in midfield, and I think they need also another defender. They have what?
Why would
maybe
they need
another. Huh?
Why would they need another defender when, all right, you know that
you have
Ings and
Courtney House.
Uh-huh.
Courtney House, who else? 3?
They have signed Axel Tuanzebe from United on loan.
Oh, they got Tuanzebe. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be the other defender I was looking for them to get. Okay. They have 2 decent fullbacks, Cash and Target. They are not special. They are decent. They maybe need to look at their. Huh?
Ashley Young as the backup.
Oh yeah, Young is there now. Yeah. So okay, so they have a good base, but I think their central midfield area needs some sort of looking at. I know they were looking at Ward-Prowse. They really go for Ward-Prowse, then they would bingo right there. But yeah, they are a solid. They are better than they were last season, I would say,
I agree.
even without Grealish,
I
because
agree.
they put number. They now have numbers. Because when Grealish went down last
Problem.
year, the team went down,
All right,
and
so
Grealish
Kim,
was out for 12 games. So yeah, that was significant for them. So now they
Yeah.
have numbers.
all right, so Kim,
Remember
speaking
before
of
Jack
that,
went down, they were way up in 11.
Yeah, there was like 6.
They were in the top 6. And then they basically got no points, right? Minimal points for an extended period when Jack got injured. And that continued right throughout the end. So
yeah.
with them strengthening in terms of the numbers, I think that will help them significantly.
All right, so Kim, in terms of the business that has been done, and with Leon Bailey moving for a Jamaican recording fee in terms of the amount that he signed for Villa for, do you think that they're a team that can come on the cusp of challenging for? Well, you said top 4 might be a stretch, but top 6.
Not this season. Not this season. Give the I always see a lot of persons talk about players moving from a different league coming into the English league and trying to adjust to the English league. I know if Leon Bailey comes to the English league, I know that's going to be number one as to why he hasn't performed up to par, because he's coming from the Bundesliga and he needs time to adjust to the English league. In terms of Villa as a whole, I don't think they can challenge. I don't think top 6. That's pushing it, because again, I have my top 4. I have Liverpool 5th. I have Tottenham. I have Liverpool and Tottenham. They're about to challenge there, so that's the top 6. And then just outside, I have Villa.
Kim,
Losing Grealish.
all right, go ahead.
Yeah, losing Grealish is big. You can Leon Bailey. You can get as much players as you want, but losing individual talent, Grealish, that is big. So I have Villa to finish around 9th or 10th this season. Probably next season they can definitely make a push for the top 6, but this season definitely not.
All right, so I'm just going to do a roundup about this. So first up, Sherwin, we actually see challenging for the top 4. I just want you to give me the teams that you think will
Challenge for top 4.
Yeah. Outside of who we already said would be the top 4. So teams that can actually challenge those 4 that it's selected.
Definitely Tottenham and Arsenal will challenge, and I think as soon as this Villa side settles, I think themselves with West Ham will give it a run too.
Okay. Ryan.
Challenge for top 4. Unless one of the top 4 teams have a bad season, then I don't think any of these teams will get in. But the best team to challenge is Leicester.
All right, and I know that Shakes agrees with that, because Shakes actually said Leicester as well, and we just got Kim's on. Kim said he expect Liverpool and Tottenham. Producer, do you want to have any input on this one? Do you think that? Yeah.
Spurs, Leicester.
So it's Spurs and Leicester. You expect Spurs to do good things this season?
And Arsenal. Huh?
So you're putting Arsenal in the mix as well?
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody has this first.
Arsenal is a young, exciting side.
Sharon love to hear that, because Sharon is a man that is so optimistic when it comes out.
No, what Josh just said a while ago.
He said he expect Arsenal to actually challenge, because Arteta is building a young team that can actually do some damage.
Yeah, and they can't play 38 games. None of them young boy there. Not Saka, not Smith Rowe, none of them.
All right, boss. Tomorrow will be the European Super Cup between Chelsea and Villarreal. I'm going to start with the Chelsea man on this one. But I think this one will pan out tomorrow.
Hopefully, 3rd time lucky for Chelsea, because we have lost our first 2 appearances. No, lie. It will be 4th time. wouldn't it?
Yeah,
We lost one to
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, we lost that one 4-1. Then we lost to Bayern and we lost to Liverpool on penalties. So it's actually 4 times. So we actually need to win this trophy because it's looking very bad. And Villarreal, they have players who they are forcing back. I heard that they want to play. Pau Torres, who hasn't gotten a vacation. Who else I heard that they put it in back? I hear that they're trying to force back a few players. So, and that might spell danger for them. So, I expect Chelsea to actually win tomorrow. Maybe 2-0 big.
All right, Chicks.
So I've already predicted Chelsea to win the EPL title as currently constructed. So for me now, I'm looking for them to start the season proper. So no better way to start than winning that Super Cup, giving the team confidence going forward. So I'm definitely going to go with Chelsea win. I'll say 3-1. Villarreal to score a goal. Consolation.
Boss, and just straight to the point. Kims.
Well, if Chelsea not good for them, then can trophy for them this, But
Yes, so we now win Club World Cup.
World Cup. But this is the only trophy. But I think I have Villarreal to win.
Wow.
All right, boss. Sherwin, you think that James is talking madness and Chelsea will just win the Super Cup easily, or you think that Villarreal can actually cause a shock with your boy Unai Emery?
The matchup when me want to see, see if Unai I go physically beat up Tuchel tomorrow, cause all Unai I do all preseason fight for touchline. Him and Mourinho. But wow, it's a tricky one. I mean, a preseason, it hard to call them game in a preseason, may I tell you the truth. But going off, and Villarreal hasn't been doing too bad preseason, But knowing Unai Emery, I think he will tactically again analyze the Chelsea team and try to frustrate them like what he did to Manchester United. I'm seeing a nil-all draw. I'm seeing a nil and a possible penalty.
Wow.
And who win the penalty?
Villarreal.
Me know you was win.
We all knew that.
Listen, this was like Bones just saying Arsenal has a chance to make that.
Exactly. Levon, the only thing that I disagree about the Super Cup is that these games for me should be played after a team has played about 5 games into a season.
Yes, shit. Yes.
Why?
Not
listen, especially because I'm not saying that both teams have not gotten a chance to do preseason 11, but you see some players they're at Euro. Some players might have been at Copa America, right? So you see in terms of the players actually coming and being on the same wavelength, having the same sort of match fitness, I believe that after 5 games into the season, that would be much better to have this game.
So, Shakes, let me ask you a question, Shakes. So, is every year's Euros keep?
No,
but hold on. That's a one. The next thing is, right, like, again, this is something that has been going on for a very long time. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Because if you put it 5 after, then there's going to be a complaint about why it happened 5 games after. It's going to say, okay, we're just in the season. Now we have to go break the season.
Kims, nobody complains about the Club World Cup being in December.
Oh, that's a lie. They say nobody complains about that. A lot of teams who
the only teams that actually complain about that Kims is actually the English teams. Well, no other team complains. Well, and how How many teams from England has actually won the Champions League in the last 20 years? So few. So there's
So why you go? No. Why you go back to 20 years? Why you don't say
no. I'm
5 years?
just saying.
You're a man that don't like to live in the past, you know. So why
No,
is
no,
it
no, no,
20?
no. But Levon, I have to include the last 20 years to get more English teams in it. If I said 10 years, then hold on. How many English teams would be in it over the last 10 years?
More than
But Shakes, my argument to that is that I don't agree. You know why? I personally think that you see whatever happened to the back end of that season, and knowing that those two teams won the respective European competitions, I think you should just conclude that before the new season actually begins. That's just my thinking. I don't think you should bring it over into a new season.
Well, I mean, you can't play it. You can't play it at the end of the previous season because you want the team there on a high. You don't want to have another game, so it has to be played in the new season.
Yeah, technically it would be in the new season, but the thing is that it would actually be at the beginning of some of the leagues. So it would actually play. It would actually be played a week or a couple of days before the respective leagues actually started in terms of the.
But you know that tomorrow's game, Levon, is literally a preseason game.
Yeah, but that's what they treat. That's exactly what they treat European
Yeah,
Super Cup.
I know, but the European Super Cup should never be a preseason game. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You don't want it to be.
You mean even though it has always been that way, it shouldn't have been.
Yes,
Shouldn't be that.
I don't believe that it should be played at that time because, as I said, match sharpness, fitness of players, you're gonna have varying degrees, and you don't really want that for a competition. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's all about entertainment. I know that
Shakes,
Bones is talking.
Shakes, come on, Shakes. European Super Cup is a competition. That's just a one-off game, man.
Yeah, it's a one-off game, Levon. But guess what? I remember when Atletico Madrid smashed out Chelsea's teeth with Radamel Falcao.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a preseason game. That was an awesome game.
Still a preseason. No matter you want to
right? But guess what? Tomorrow, how many persons going to actually tune into the game tomorrow?
Chelsea fans.
and it's not even because of the teams that are playing, but just because of where it falls in the season.
That's why they put it this part of the season because there's not much interest.
Exactly.
Oh, Josh trying to say that it's not important.
Basically, he's saying that because there's a lack of interest in it. So that's exactly why they put it.
I am sure.
But you see, at the end of the day, Levon, to increase the audience, right? Because remember, even with the creation of the European Super League, what they wanted, they're basically saying that, oh, you know, you don't have enough persons tuning into games, right? So if you have a team from the Champions League, the winner, and the team from the Europa League, you actually want to see the Europa League team beating the Champions League team because you want to see, oh, let me see if your team actually better than the other team. But guess what? If we basically start from a point where, okay, the superior team might have a little bit more match fitness because they have more money and they're able to play more games versus the other team. For me, that's what I say. 5 games into the season would have been better. That's just me.
Yeah, but if it was Man U versus Chelsea tomorrow, let us say Man U had won their one.
Yeah.
The audience definitely will be bigger.
Definitely.
But nobody will really look at Man U and say, oh, they are the clear underdog because there is not much between Man U and Chelsea. Even though 1-1,
agreed.
Even though 1-1 UCL and 1-1 Europa, there wouldn't be a clear like between both of them. But
guess what? Guess what, Ryan? If I know that Man U and Chelsea playing 5 games into a season, you don't think that the tempo of the game will be better, the match fitness will be better, the entertainment spectacle will be better? It's likely to.
Possibly and possibly not. Because players might go there and be tentative and say, you know what, we have a league campaign ahead, so not going to take
but they don't do that for Champions League.
No, Champions League are a whole different kettle of fish. Come on, Ryan. We're not
No, I'm
talking
just
about
saying they
Champions
don't
League.
do that for Champions League because within the season you get in your groove, and then by late September, when you have like 7, 8 games in the season, Champions League
And
kick
for
off.
Aldan talking about the Community Shield and Shakes wanting it to be played during the season, the Community Shield is like you doing community work. It's charity. That's why I named the Charity Shield. It don't really matter who wins that. They don't count it as a major trophy.
But as a producer said as well, it's just like Club World Cup. That doesn't generate much of an interest either. So personally, I think the European Super Cup and the Club World Cup are. I mean,
But that's why FIFA changing it, Levon. That's why they're changing the format of the Club World Cup to try to increase the audience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll end this by saying my final piece on this. I would have loved if Arsenal had finished 7th last season because I would love for them to be in that Conference League.
You must be mad. You must lick your head. I'm glad they finished 8th.
Well, it's a third tier.
Third tier European competition.
Well, you could have bragging rights now. Hey, I am one of the first teams to be in the Conference League.
No, me no want that they bragging rights there. Me no want that they want there. Me no want that.
Sure, Wayne, you can imagine being the first team from England to win that trophy.
Exactly.
Good luck to Tottenham. God bless them.
But continue this by getting you guys used. So, Kims, any final say from you?
Final say is the same final say as yesterday. Manchester United, number 21, big side. All gas, no bricks.
All right, Shakes.
Final word?
Yeah, man.
This is in relation to what?
Any topic whatsoever, man. It doesn't matter. Just your final.
All right. Since you said that, Leon Bailey, Aston Villa. I would love. Yesterday I said Martial. Today it's Leon Bailey. I would love if Leon Bailey could come and do wonderful in the EPL. He's Jamaican. I am Jamaican. Manchester United is my team. But guess what? I'll be supporting Leon Bailey also in the EPL. So for me, I want to see him get at least 6 goals and about 10 assists in all competitions. That would be an excellent first season for me.
All competitions.
All competitions. Yeah. 6 goals, 10 assists.
So Shakes, you pull off a Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is a United supporter, but I don't know the relationship with him and Bailey. So
yes,
he's a Villa fan. Sherwin, any final say from you?
Do me a beg you, Arteta. Watch the video, yeah. Please, me a beg you, before the week done, make some sensible buying at the club. Me a beg you. I me a beg you, do not give Xhaka the contract. Tear you up before Friday. Do.
That's fine, man.
Please. Me a beg you from the bottom of my heart. Buy a right back, buy a backup goalkeeper, buy somebody for accompany party, and do me a beg you get a striker. Please. Those are my final words. Please, Mr. Arteta. Hey, in our last till September, you know. In our last till the end of September.
Wow.
We get fire. Watch his space.
So why did you say all of that and then kill the man right there?
All right, boss. Ryan.
Need to start the season right tomorrow with a trophy. So that's my thing there.
And my final say, as always, is I don't like Chelsea. I don't like any other English Premier League club. I hope Villarreal beat you guys tomorrow.
Thanks.
That's why Man U can't win nothing. Bad man.
You must be talking. Remember where you finished 8th place at best. Thanks to our viewers that has tuned in from the onset. Big up to all of you, man. And remember, guys, if you haven't subscribed as yet, please subscribe to the channel and share it to other people so they can subscribe as well. And remember to hit the notification bell so whenever we go live, you can actually be notified that, yeah, we're live. So thanks to all of you that were in the comment section. I appreciate you guys and I encourage you guys to comment more. And as some of the viewers have been saying, Bones in, because Bones talked some sense at the top of the show, but as the show went on, he started to talk madness with his Arsenal.
Coming like Arsenal last season, noted. Start off good and then fade away.
But Thanks to Kems, thanks to Shakes, thanks to Sherwin, thanks to Ryan, and our producer Josh Callow makes this possible. Until next time, which will be tomorrow, where we'll talk about some of the football topics, talk about the relegation battle, and we'll look at some other leagues because some interesting things are going on across the other leagues. So we'll look at those things. So until tomorrow, stay safe, enjoy the rest of your night, and have a peaceful tomorrow.